Hello everyone! Welcome to Badass ABCs for Adults by Happiness Homemade for You. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel and for liking us on Facebook. This is lesson number 1. Get ready to learn the letters of the alphabet. This is F1, capital F, lowercase f. F is for French 75, F-R-E-N-C-H 7, 5. Hey, let's get right into the lesson. Alphabet identification. We are now on the letter F. So let's take a look at what this letter looks like. Oh, thank goodness. We just did the letter E and are very familiar with the letter E now, and the letter F is very close. What's missing? That's right. Okay, so it's actually easier. You already did the letter E, and I am seeing that the letter F actually just has a little bit less work, right? Look at this. It's the same exact letter. Oh, but easier. All right. Let's see what our reference picture is F is for fish, fish. And our cocktail for these letters, for these lessons for the letter F is, oh, and we have a picture. Good, I like a picture that helps me know how to make it. Is called a French 75. French 75. Those of you who know your military history, you might know what a French 75 is. And it's a cocktail, which is going to have some gin and champagne, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope you are looking forward to that too. In fact, it gets served in a champagne flute. This type of glass is called a champagne flute, which starts with the letter F. F. All right, let's take a look at our fonts, our calligraphy font. You're seeing what's different between that letter E and the letter F. We have a straight line, 2 lines. Okay, let's look at our fonts. Yes, you can have one that's longer on the top and shorter on the bottom. And oh, thank goodness, here's our lowercase f. It looks very close to our capital F. Psychedelic style. I see this one has long on the top, short on the bottom. If you're already wondering, no, you cannot have longer on the bottom and short on the top. You don't want to do it that way. It's not going to look right. All right. Long, long, long and curly Q at the top. Okay, and then here, this particular font style puts a base on it. That is not an additional it's not an E. It's almost like a standing on a base. Our disco F. Here we go. Notice how this disco doesn't have this disco ball. They put the straight line on the edge to show it's the end. I'm not sure if you're noticing that difference. Okay. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2, they did the same size, close to the same size. Okay, and what comes next? Ah, that's right. Okay, we're going to zoom in so you can see how to sign the letter F. You got your 3 fingers up, and you've got your thumb and your pointer finger kind of in a circle, but it's like squished down. So I don't know how to describe that any better, but take a peek at that, and that is the letter F. Okay, be right back, and let's start practicing writing the letter F on our worksheets. All right, badass ABCers, we are ready to rock and roll on practicing the letter F and noticing the same elements in all of our fonts. Start at the top and go down, and we're going to come out once and twice. Let's see if we can see that. Look, see this calligraphy style? It's got this extra line there. It's extra thin. It is just a decorative element. Let's hunt for the basic requirements of a capital letter F. Oh, I forgot to sing it. A, B, C, D, E, F. That's where we are. Okay, let's get that. Basic element is going to have to be this straight line from the top down, and 1 and 2. Here we have what I was saying earlier. You can have, it's top down. You can have the top line longer than that middle line, not the other way around. Start at the top and go down, come out once, come out twice. In fact, actually when I'm writing, sometimes I'll change it around. If I do them the same length, or if I do one longer or shorter, it just depends on my mood, I guess. Both are acceptable. Start at the top and go down. Go out once, go out twice. Start at the top and go down. Go out once and go out twice. All right, you guys are, this is rocking, right? I told you, if you practiced E and you went through how difficult E was, it was going to make the letter F easier. All right, let's save that one, and we're going to do one more of the worksheets with the font. And remember, these are available for free on the Facebook page, Happiness Homemade for You. And there is always in the description section on the YouTube page a link to where these are. Let's see, let me get my tool, and we're going to go with green. All right, what did we say? We start at the top, thank you, and go down. And how many times? 1, 2. And make sure that they connect over here. Okay, here we go. My favorite style is the steampunk style. And we start at the top and go down. We're going to come out once and come out twice. Letter F in a disco ball style. Same thing, top to the bottom. We're going to step once and we're going to step twice. Start at the top and go down. Come out once, come out twice. My pink style had them the same length. All right, how'd they do this here? Very simple. And just a little bump, bump in our psychedelic style. I want to make it just a little bit longer so I can see clearly that there is 2 lines coming out of there. And again, like I said, in this particular font style, it's just got a platform on the bottom. Just like you have here, how this steampunk style has a platform on quite a few of the letters. Okay, it's just a platform. It's not a third line. If you make this a third line, it would be the letter E. That's right. Start at the top and go down, and we're going to come out once, and we're going to come out again. And we're going to save that, and now we can start practicing how to write that in good handwriting. All right, let's see. Our fonts are in that block style lettering, or I'm writing in the block style. Let's see what Denelian font looks like. Let's zoom it in so you can see it. Let me grab my markers, and you are getting ready to write in the air on a piece of paper. You got that whiteboard I keep telling you to get at the Dollar Tree, dollar store, wherever you can find one, very inexpensively. Change the size of this. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. Here we are. Let's take a look at the Denelian style. All we have is, this is going to be at a slight slant, but this might be blurry for you, but Denelian says I'm going to show you how I did this in order. The lines that I drew, I went 1, 2, and 3. You see how I'm coming from this direction and going out, and this direction and going out? The Denelian style is saying I need to go in a different order. I know that it's a little bit blurry so you can't see it, so I'm showing you this nice and boldly. Denelian font is saying something different. Why do you think that is? It is saying that I need to start at the top and go down. Oh no, it's saying 1, yeah, and then I gotta go 1 and 2. Oh, let me fix that. Danielian style is saying go here to here, then down, and do a line like that. Why do you think that is? Let's do the lowercase f and see what happens. I start over here, and I'm going to swing to the top line and come down, and 2. If I do a capital F this way, then that, down, and then come here with my second piece, does it or does it not match my lowercase f? I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to practice that. I am not comfortable with writing it this way, but that's all right. Let's give it a try. Now I'm equal to you. This is uncomfortable. I'm going to start here and go to the left and then go down and then give it a line. Aw, darn it. I went too far. It's supposed to connect right there at the backbone. Okay, now my lowercase f is, if I do my capital F this way, then the lowercase f is going in the same direction from starting from left to right. I'm going to go here and swing it back to the left and go down and give me a midline. Okay, I'll give it a try. Hey, this person, Danielian, spent quite a bit of time coming up with this font, so let's give it a whirl. It's saying I'm going to start here, so I've got to give myself some more room before I start writing. Otherwise, right, if I start here, I'm going to go right into my other letters. So I need to give myself plenty of room. I'm going to start at the top of the line. I'm going to go to the left and go down. And then I'm going to go this way, and darn it all, if I am not confusing myself, a capital F does not have it extending out to on the other side of the backbone. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to erase. I went to the left and down, and then I got to start at that backbone and come back out. Okay, let's do it. With the lowercase f, I'm going to swing back to the left and go down, of course at a slant, and the lowercase left does go through. Right? Yes, it does. Ooh, that's tricky. Okay, go for it on your worksheet, level 1 and 2, and if you are level 1 and 2, take a peek. Let's see what this cursive style capital F is going to be like that Danielian wants us to go in this direction. Let's see if that has some relevance. Let's save that. Now I'm super curious. It's been so long since I've written a cursive capital F. Here we go, peoples. Or at least I make up my own font. So I don't think I've done it in Danielian style in a long, long time. I'm going to zoom it in so you can see it. Okay. And I know you can't see the directions, but let's see. I'm going to get my marker. Let's see, let's green it and get me a smaller marker so you can see it. Okay. Hey, I'm not cool with that because I gotta go left to right again on my capital. Let's see. So I'm gonna call it, you guys. Whatever you're more comfortable with. Okay, because now I'm going to remember how I write a capital F. I'm going to show you how I write it, and that's just my, but it's I write it this way because my name starts with the letter T, which is going to be very close to this shape. And I do a big swing, and then I get fancy. I'm ludicrous when I do my F, okay? You can get ludicrous too once you learn how to write down the basics. Okay, so to do the capital letter F, you're going to first do this cool little swing at the top. Now we're going to, watch this. You're going to go down. Ooh, this is going to be hard for me to do on the computer. Okay. With a tilt. Okay, but it's cool. The letter F and I think the letter T are pretty cool. Well, but that's just because, you know, I have a preference for it. Okay, so we're going to do this cool swing at the top, this swish, and then coming back to the top, we're going to go down, just like we did on print, and then curve it back around and give it that shelf on this side. And then, of course, it's a letter F, so we're going to, now we get to, just like we did on the lowercase f, we're going to have the line go through. Okay, because when you move on, let me see, I'm going to, I can't think of a word that has a capital F and a lowercase f in it. So I'm going to do, it'll be sloppy, but I'll show you. So when let's say, let's take the name Frank. You're writing the name Frank. You're going to come back R. Oh, I'm just going to make it sloppy, but you'll get the point. Frank. Okay. Oh, that's terrible. And then you come back and then you put the cross. Okay, whenever you're doing the letter F, my point was, even though it's sloppy, my point is when you're writing letter F, you're going to write this part of it and then move on and finish your word. And then you're going to come back and give it this line. Because if you don't give it this line, it is a letter T. Okay? So be prepared. And to let you know that that's why your shelf is on this side, is because this shelf is always going to swing around to whatever your next letter is. Okay, hope that helps to see how it's going to look in the future. Now let's look at the lowercase f, which, gosh darn it all, is quite a bit different looking than what we've been doing. But I can see that it does go all the way to the top. It goes to the bottom. And what is it doing here? It's going to go all the way below the line and come around. Okay, and have that line, instead of having a line going through it here, we're going to have about a third of the way up, we're going to have this line that's going to connect to other letters. Woo! That looks tricky, but I promise you will get used to it. And again, we are going to practice this shape now and make sure that we keep a hole in these two areas. Make sure that you keep a hole here. Okay, but once we're struggle through this one, and it will make other letters that we're going to learn easier. So where do we always start these? Always, I think always. I think in cursive always. We always start here at the bottom. And we're going to swing all the way up to the top. Make sure that I've got a hole. Doesn't have to be a huge hole, but as long as I've got the hole. Now I'm going to come back straight down. And now I'm going to make, a terrible example of a hole. And come back around. Woo, that's so terrible. But I did one, right? Okay, let's practice it on the example so that you feel how tight it is. It's a fine detail practice to master the lowercase letter F in cursive until you get used to it. Okay, we're going to start at the line. Go up to the top, swing down. Oh, we're going to go all the way down below that line, and then give it that little tail and prepare it for the next letter that it'll go into. Whew! Okay, the letter F is a little bit tricky, but that's all right. We're going to learn these basics, and these basics are going to come up again. So don't worry about struggling here. Practice, 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 and the next time we get to these shapes, you'll go, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I did struggle through and I mastered the letter F. Okay, capital F. 2 times we're going to do it together and rock on. We're going to give it this fun swirl at the top. Start at the top, and we are going to go down, but it's cursive, so we get to swing it back and give it that little shelf, and now we put a line through it so that the reader knows it is a letter F. Lowercase f. All right, this is tricky. This is tricky. We're going to start at the bottom, go all the way to the top, and make sure we keep a hole. I'm going to come oh, I should do more of a slant, but I'm a little bit restricted here. But I'm going to go below the bottom line, come back up, and give it curve. Those of you who are wondering, how far do I go? Let's take a close look at, we start at the bottom, our bottom line, and it looks like that hole is about a little bit more than half of that size, and the bottom line, here's my dotted line of my next row, and it does not go that far. So those of you who are wondering, this top hole is longer, it's taller than this bottom loop is going to be, but this bottom hole is wider. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, but it is longer up here, shorter but wider down here, kind of like my booty. Ha ha ha, just kidding. Okay, let's try that capital letter F again. We give it this fun topper, and then we go from the top, not from the top of the line. If you made it just like I made this accident where I'm a little bit below the line, if you made this accident, you don't go up to the top of the line. You're going to go to where your topper is, like an umbrella. Go to the topper and down. Oh, let me see. I'm going to try one more time just because I only get to do 2 with you. I'm going to try to get my slant in here. I'm going to try to get that slant, curve it back, and give it that shelf. Okay, and then what do I need to do to make it an F? Thank you very much. I need to put a line through the middle. Not the same width. It's not as wide as the topper. Okay? But I do have to put a line through the middle in order to turn this into an F. All right. Let's see how you guys are doing on your second draft. We're going to make from the bottom line. We're going to go to the top. Make sure there's a hole, nice, tall, long hole. We're going to go below the line. Again, I messed up my slant, but that's all right. Plenty of times to practice. A little bit wider, and then give myself that little tail that's going to lead into my next letter. All right, that is a little bit tricky, but I know that you're going to get it. I know because you are a badass. So rock this worksheet, and we are going to see you. Let me see, do I have the picture here? I've been forgetting the picture. Yeah, let me see. Where are we going to see you in the cuss word of the day, lesson 2, cuss word of the day, the phoneme boot camp. We are working on the letter F. So why don't you just take a guess at what our cuss word is going to be that starts with the letter F. All right, see you soon. Thank you for watching Badass ABCs by Happiness Homemade for You. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R,